Hello everyone, back again with Trappy D recaps. In this movie, the past sins of their parents came back to haunt them. Part 2. The second episode opens focusing on Isabella, a character we saw for a few brief moments in the background of the first episode. Isabella is a character that feels invisible to her peers, pretty much being ignored at every turn. She vents some of her frustration through trolling her classmates online. She was the one who told Allison's parents about the party, but that doesn't help. Her younger brother convinces her to go to the Halloween party in an attempt to change the status quo of her life, but initially that seems to be a bust, so she heads on to the party. At the party, Isabella hears someone calling her, but it turns out to be coming out of the mysterious basement. And then she goes to investigate. She discovers a mask in the basement that seems to be whispering to her to put it on. Rather than being incredibly creeped out by the talking mask, she puts it on and proceeds to have a wonderful time at the party as becoming more outgoing, under the influence of the mask. Later at school, when Lucas destroys her $3,000 drone in one of his stunt attempts, she lashes out at both him and the guidance counselor, under the influence of the mask. While she makes apologies for her outburst, she still gets in trouble at home and has all of her devices confiscated. As Isabella is dealing with her mask situation, Isaiah is grappling with the haunting that causes him to break his arm. Margot stops by to ask him what is wrong, but he brushes her off, saying that she doesn't want to get involved with what he's going through. In fact, the only person other than Isaiah who seems to be grappling with the supernatural events surrounding the football game is Nora, the mother of Lucas, who saw the football game the same way that Isaiah experienced it. She tries to reach out to Isaiah, but is stopped by his father, who wants her to stay away from his son. There's brief mention about meeting up with the others to discuss something secretive. It seems like several of the adults in the town have a shared secret that they're all reluctant to talk about. Nora manages to get around Isaiah's dad by giving a picture of Harold Biddle to Margot and asking her to see if Isaiah recognizes him. When Isaiah tells her that the person in the picture is the same person he saw on the football field, they look for Nora to find out why Isaiah is seeing a dead guy. But before they can find Nora, they run into Lucas, who is having problems of his own. It seems that Isabella, succumbing to the will of the mask, has put it back on to let it solve her problems. It's used her rage to turn her into a literal troll, metaphor, and she begins attacking Lucas. Isaiah and Margot chase off the troll, not realizing that it's Isabella in a mask. Isabella returns home, trashes the house, and accidentally attacks her little brother, who freaks out at the monster that's attacking him. The sight of her terrified little brother lets the real Isabella cut through, and she tears the mask off. The two of them throw the mask in the river, glad to be rid of it. But as soon as they leave, Mr. Brat appears to rescue the mask. Of course, that's not really Mr. Brat. After the appearance of Harold at the end of the last episode, Mr. Brat becomes fully possessed by Harold's spirit. While it takes a little while for the spirit to fully figure out how this whole possession thing works, soon he is in complete control of Mr. Brat. Meanwhile, Isabella's mother has a meeting with some of the other parents. She forces Isabella to come along with her, not being able to trust her after the house was mysteriously trashed. The meeting of the parents is at James' house, where this group of parents seem to be the others that were secretly mentioned earlier in the episode. The mothers of Isabella, James, and Lucas, as well as Isaiah's father, make up a group that have a shared secret about Harold Biddle and the events of 30 years ago. Nora believes that their past has caught up to them and now they're in danger. But the other parents don't want to believe her. As the parents continue to argue, Isabella and James play snooker in the game room. It's a pretty uneventful game, until by mistake Isabella aiming at the snooker pocket but instead shot the snooker ball to James. James then explodes and turns into a pile of goo. Please like and follow for part 3 and for more videos like this.